not going to beat around the bush with this video because this video is basically just a side video while I'm working on the Spyfall Part 2 video, which should be out this weekend. But obviously we've had some news regarding the future of Doctor Who, specifically Doctor Who Series 13, and the biggest part of that is that Jodie Whittaker confirms that she'll be returning for Series 13. Now, this is something that's been speculated on for a while. Obviously we had all the rumours a while ago about Chaos and Cardiff and all that stuff, which have now been proven to be false. And of course, as I did say in those original videos, which have since been taken down because they are false, they were just rumours. I apologise for any misinformation. However, let's get into the article. So this first article, it was basically just the first one I could find, comes from Den of Geek, and it reads, Doctor Who Series 13, Jodie Whittaker confirms she'll return. Jodie Whittaker has revealed that she will be back to play the Doctor in a 13th series of Doctor Who. Actress Jodie Whittaker has confirmed that she'll be back as the 13th Doctor in another series of Doctor Who. The news comes after just 4 episodes of Series 12 have been broadcast by The Beeb. In a new interview, Whittaker was asked point blank by Entertainment Weekly if she'd return for Series 13, which has not yet been officially confirmed by the BBC. Yes, I'm doing another season, she replied. That might have been a massive exclusive that I'm not supposed to say, but it's unhelpful for me to say, because it would be a massive lie. I absolutely adore it. At some point, these shoes are going to be handed on, but it's not yet. I'm clinging on tight. It's not clear whether there are any plans to shake up things before production on Series 13 gets underway, as the online disclosure surrounding Whittaker's casting died down. The majority of fans, old and new alike, agreed that she made for a rather good Doctor. Really? That's not what I saw. I saw a pretty divided fan base, if I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think everyone unanimously agrees that she was a good choice, but whatever. Since then, much criticism surrounding the series has focused on the writing. That is true. Most of the criticism from people like myself comes from the way the show's being written, not necessarily the casting choice, even though part of me does want to say that I personally think Jodie was miscast. But I mean, that's just my opinion, and if yours differs, that's perfectly alright. That's just my take on her casting. Is I just feel like, I'm sure she's a great actress, I've heard she's a great actress in other things. It's just from what I've been seeing, I just don't think she suits the role, really. Whittaker doesn't pay a massive amount of attention to any Doctor Who backlash though, saying that it's pointless to start trying and control how other people feel about the show once it starts airing. A wise decision by Jodie, I think, because some of the reactions from certain members of the community has been ridiculous. There's some people who vilify Jodie, and that's not fair. At the end of the day, she is doing a job, she is getting paid to do that job, and your grunts and gripes should not be going to her. That's not her fault, really. It's more the writing. If you personally don't like the character, which I'm not a fan of Jodie's Doctor. She's probably still my least favourite Doctor, but I don't really think that's as much of Jodie's fault as much as it is the people who cast her, i.e. Chris Chibnall and the writers. Again, Chris Chibnall and the other writers, but that's just my opinion. Although I will say that she does seem to be improving ever so slightly in Series 12, so that's promising at least. I've seen loads of fan art, which I always love, but it's never been that great for me to immerse myself in noise that you can't control, good or bad. I think both are a rabbit hole that you shouldn't necessarily go down. We know that we work really hard on the show to be the best that it can be at this very moment. Once it's out in the ether, how people feel in a way is kind of irrelevant. I don't think it's irrelevant. I mean, I feel like you do need to take criticism on board. I'm not really I don't really agree with the way she worded that, but I understand what she's trying to say. It's not as if they can change anything once it's been released. I understand that, but I do think it is important to address criticisms when they are warranted criticisms. Instead, Whittaker went on to talk about the positive impact Doctor Who has had on her life since she first was accepted the keys to the TARDIS. I wear a baseball cap on the tube or on the subway, she joked, but really, my life has changed in a wonderful sense. I've got a massive social life now, which is either the people that work in our very tight-knit family in Cardiff, where the show is filmed, or a load of Huvians who are lovely to you when you walk past them. More on Series 13 as we get it. So that's basically the announcement that she's staying. Not a huge shock, really. As much as I reported on potential rumours that she could have been leaving, and I stressed that they were rumours, I think that as Series 12 came to air, I think it was obvious with where they were going with her character that she wasn't leaving yet. So, not huge news, but obviously worth discussion nonetheless. The other news I personally think is more interesting, but obviously people are going to come for Jodie Whittaker. But the second bit of news is about Tosin Cole. Now, recently, Tosin Cole has been cast in a new TV series called 61st Street. And many fans are wondering whether this could potentially mean the end of Ryan Sinclair, maybe in Series 12 or 13. So that's the other article I'm going to be reading in this video. This comes from Radio Times. Doctor Who's Tosin Cole has been cast in a big new US TV series, but does this mean he's leaving the TARDIS? Cole will star opposite Courtney B. Vance in courtroom drama 61st Street. After 2 series in Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS, Doctor Who star Tosin Cole is set to take on a new adventure, with the 20-year-old star cast in a new US TV series. Called 61 Street, according to the Deadline, the AMC series will star Cole in the lead role of Moses Johnson, a promising high school athlete with a bright future who's accused of murdering a police officer during a drug bust gone wrong. Swept up into the infamously corrupt Chicago criminal justice system, Moses' case is taken up by aging public offender Franklin Roberts, played by American Crime Story's Courtney B. Vance, who sees this as a chance to finally change the institutional racism at the heart of the judicial system. Created by the Night of O's Peter Moffat and executive producer Michael B. Jordan, 61st Street is described as a 2-season television event, with 8 episodes per series, and will apparently debut in 2021. All of which raises a big question for Doctor Who fans. Is Cole leaving the series? Frankly, given Doctor Who's long shooting schedule, it's hard to see how he'd fit in filming for 61st Street at the same time, especially given the 2-series commitment. I agree with that. It is very long shooting, and from what I can make out, this would be quite a sort of step up for Cole, going from a more supporting character to a lead character. So it would make sense really for him to say, alright, I'll finish Series 12, maybe do a couple more episodes, maybe like a New Year special or a Christmas special, and then I'm gonna go. And rumours of Cole's departure have been circulating for a while, that's true. I remember there distinctly being one video of him being like, dunno, and in response to Whittaker saying her lines or something like that, so that's very true. Especially after the actor signed up for a number of convention appearances without the other cast after the current series ends. Meanwhile, a new trailer for the series has noted his character Ryan's dissatisfaction with TARDIS life, hinting that he could be looking for an exit. Yeah, he does say in the trailer, is this our life, Yaz? Or something like that, just, basically just travelling the TARDIS forever. So that could indicate that he's looking to go do his own thing within the context of the show, and also in real life. How long is this going to last, Yaz? He asks Mandeep Gill's fellow companion. Is this our lives? Yeah, there you go, that's what I just said. But his departure isn't certain. After all, it's imminently possible that Cole has more time to shoot his new series in Doctor Who's current filming break. And we should note that compared to Who, a drama like 61st Street, which doesn't need new sets, characters and locations every episode, wouldn't necessarily take up as big a portion of his year. That's also possible. Still, with all that said, we can't help but wonder if we're looking at the last days of Ryan Sinclair, and whether that means that Jodie Whittaker's Doctor could be looking for some new help around the TARDIS sooner rather than later. So there you go, that's the end of the article. So, yeah, as the article says, it's entirely possible that he could be staying for Series 13. It's also entirely possible that he could be leaving, because this does seem like a bit of a step up for him, which is great. I do feel like he hasn't really been given enough opportunities to shine on his own in Series 12. I feel like all of them are competent actors. I feel like I feel like a lot of them just either don't get a lot to do in the case of Ryan and Yaz, or they are just miscast. See Jodie Whittaker for that. But yeah, if that's what he wants to do, then, you know, let him go for it. I mean, if he stays on, then it's going to be a very crowded year for him. It's possible, but I don't see it happening. And especially with that trailer indicating that he might be getting tired of traveling in the TARDIS, could be indicating a departure. So that about wraps up this video anyway. Let me know what you guys thought of this news, whether you think that it's great that Jodie's staying, whether it's terrible that Jodie's staying, whether you want Ryan to leave, whether you don't want Ryan to leave. I personally think that if Ryan leaves, Graham will probably leave as well, because he doesn't really work without Ryan, because their dynamic is kind of what makes those characters. Without one, the other one would seem a little bit superfluous to me. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this news. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for all your support recently. Obviously, I took a little break in December from content, and I'm coming back to it slowly. I'm hoping to get the Spyfall Part 2 review out potentially tomorrow, maybe Sunday if I'm really late. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you. Have you been craving some high quality merch that doesn't have She Who Shall Not Be Named on the cover? Are you struggling to get a gift for a family member or relative after they seem to have everything after Christmas? Well, fear not, as I have the perfect solution. Introducing Thary's merch! Not only is this merch high quality and affordable, but if you purchase it, you'd also be helping me, which means a lot. But I didn't stop at just shirts. Oh no. On the Thary's merch store, you can get notepads, hoodies, mugs, and more. Just visit the link in the description below, and on screen now. Because hey, every penny you spend in the Thary's merch store is a penny that the BBC won't see. And I think that that's something we should all be proud of.
Oh, look down there, you got a little shop. I like a little shop.
Never mind that.